Now, I don't know if anyone's seen this before, but you know what? Anger's a great emotion to have, by the way, because so long as it's done resourcefully, of course. And we all, it's a secondary emotion, essentially, because what happens is, as you can notice underneath the anger iceberg, is anger comes from all of that other stuff because we don't know how to language something, we don't know how to communicate to somebody, we just don't know. And so what happens, we explode. That's the only thing we know how to do. Now, when we're talking with someone, again, when we're acknowledging them, it's really important to notice them as a whole, because we all have different ways in which we think of things. We have different beliefs, we have different experiences, we have different emotions, everything is different. So we'll react in our own way. So in terms of aggressive situations, it just depends on the circumstance. And again, to just notice your person, spend time with your person. Have I answered all your questions, Robin?
Yes. Yes. Could you give us an example? You said you were going to talk about an example that happened to you.
I'm going to talk about a couple. One is very many years ago, when I was in the prison servicing, I received a call. Now, this is over the phone. I received a call from an ex-prisoner who I had just released a week ago, not even. And someone said to me, Alex, there's a call for you. There's a prisoner's grandfather on the phone who's about to kill himself. He needs you now if he wants to speak to you before he kills himself. He had a gun to his head. And I said, oh, fair enough. So anyway, I ran to the thing. And in the meantime, as I was talking to the grandfather, I was doing gestures to the social worker to get on to the police straight away. So I was listening. He was quite pissed off. He was aggressive. He said that what I said didn't happen, which it did, and he was quite aggressive with me. So I was talking through the grandfather to appease the prisoner so that he doesn't pull the trigger. In the meantime, I was shitting myself. I'm thinking, man, if this guy shoots himself, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was so scared. But I needed to remember what outcome did I want. So I was saying all these things to the grandfather to repeat and relay in the same way to the prisoner to try and appease him. And in the background, I could hear the prisoner's tonality. I could hear his breathing. I could hear in terms of whether he was angry, whether I was slowly bringing him down, but I was also using my tonality and everything really to be able to help the grandfather appease him as well. That was an hour on the phone, an hour of negotiation. So that takes skill and practice, but what I needed to do was not make it about me, make it about the prisoner, make it about the grandfather who was petrified. Listen to the breathing, listen to everything he was telling me and try and calm him in order to not, so that the guy didn't pull the trigger. As it happened, the coppers turned up and they said, thank you very much for your help, bang, and just hung up on me. So that was one incident. The other incident I had was when a guy literally barged into our office in Sale, and he had a sharp instrument, like he had he used to be a glazier, and he had a mental illness and he killed a couple of people and so went into prison. And after his release, he came in quite mentally ill with a thing wanting to slit our throats. That was quite scary, and I needed to make sure that my team was safe. Talking about it now, I sort of remember all the emotions and the feelings, and it was quite a scary situation, but I needed to remember that that was his fear. So how could I appease him? Firstly, appease my staff, but then appease him to be able to bring him down from the aggression. And again, it comes to how we speak. It's listening. It's not saying a word. It's allowing the person, because it only takes a few seconds for the anger to happen, and then that's it. Then they'll be quiet. And then just validate everything about what he was feeling at that moment. And then admit fault. You know what? I stuffed up. I am so sorry. You've every right to feel pissed right now. What can I do for you right now? I'm so very sorry. People have nowhere to go from there. They've just got nowhere to go from there. You've just apologized and admitted fault. So it's about ourselves. It's really knowing ourselves to the nth degree to give the right response, to get the right outcome. Has that answered your question, Robin?
Oh, that's brilliant, Alex. Thank you very much.